Hi everyone, it's Matt here from Greatness Everyday, and in this video we're going to talk about why the process matters. And this quote that I'm going to share with you right now comes from James Clear, who is the author of the book Atomic Habits. It's a great book. I'd really encourage you to check that book out. It's one of the best ones that I've read related to habit building and productivity and just some general life things that you're going to learn a lot from. And the quote is, "It is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress." And I think it's a great quote to really inspire you and challenge you to focus on the progress rather than whatever you're chasing after. And if I'm being completely honest, this video topic was inspired or really kind of motivated by me from a trip to the dentist. And it's kind of a weird spot. Normally I would go ahead and ask people to send me any video topic recommendations that they would have. But for this one, for my inspiration, I went to the dentist, and the whole story there is I wear Invisalign. They are these plastic retainers that have little buttons on my teeth, and basically what happens is every 2 weeks they shift my teeth little by little as braces would be. So it's just a very convenient way rather than the traditional form of braces. And for me, it's been a great process so far. My teeth have progressed exactly like I would like them to up until my latest visit. So about 2 weeks ago now, I went to the dentist, and I was supposed to be getting my Invisalign off in June. Okay, I went to the latest dentist appointment, and he said, there's 2 teeth here, Matt, that aren't tracking as we would like them to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another mold, we're going to send that away, and we're going to see kind of what the company would recommend. And the company came back, and about 2 weeks ago, I found out that I would no longer be wearing the Invisalign until June. I would now have to be wearing them just for the top aligners until about November. And I was just kind of sitting there. As you are at a dentist, you can't really say a lot because you're usually laying on the table and you've got equipment in your mouth and things like that. But for me, I was just kind of like, okay, now what do I do? He said that I've got a few options. Number one is I just continue along as we would, changing the aligners every 2 weeks. And then in November, I would be able to take them off and I'd have a retainer afterwards. And that is ultimately the plan. But I also had the option to go ahead, and he said, if you really want to go ahead and speed up that process, because yeah, it is an extra few months that I wasn't planning on having Invisalign and changing the plastic and all these different things that you have to do with it. But if I did want to speed it up, I could change the aligners every week or so. So that would be one way to speed it up much faster. So I'm laying there, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't really know what to do. But then in the end, I'm just like, it was a very quick decision. It's like, no, like, I've committed to this process. I'm going to see this process out. I want to make sure that I do the process once and I do it correct. I want to do it the right way because I never know how that's going to affect me later on down the road. Like when you think about it, right? You're shifting your teeth. The bone structure needs to form around that. Is what they recommend the appropriate amount in terms of every 2 weeks? I'm going to go ahead and stay committed to the process that's been recommended to me rather than trying to take any shortcuts. And I know this is kind of a funny example, going to the dentist and being inspired, connecting that to the quote, it's your commitment to the process that will determine your progress, and turning that into a video here to share and motivate and encourage you just in life in general. But I think there are a lot of parallels, whether you're talking about business or you're talking about athletics or anything that comes across in your life. I really think that ultimately it is the process that matters. Goals are great. We set goals all the time. I have videos and I encourage people, I coach people on goal setting. Right? That's one of the things that I do. So I'm not saying that goals aren't good, but what happens, the really cool thing about it, the really great thing about goals is not necessarily what your goal is, but it's what your goal makes you do. Okay, think about that for a second. Gary Vaynerchuk has really gone out as an entrepreneur, and he's really said it's not necessarily the goal that he has of buying the New York Jets, but it's what that goal makes him do. What it makes him do personally, what it makes him do professionally. Maybe your goal is to buy a new house, for example. right? To buy your dream home. Dream home's great. It's awesome, in fact. Invite me over if you have your dream home. But basically what really matters ultimately is not necessarily the goal that you have of buying your dream home, but what matters is what it makes you do. So maybe you go ahead and you become way more financially responsible. You become way more knowledgeable about investing or another topic that helps you achieve that goal. Or maybe you add a job that you're super passionate about, and as you provide tons and tons of value to people, they reward you financially. So it's not necessarily the goal that happens and the goal that you set, it's more importantly what the goal makes you do. And I hope that this video, as inspired by a trip, me going to the dentist, just encourages you and challenges you to stay committed to the process if you're hoping to progress, right? It is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. James Clear, Atomic Habits, is a great book. You should really check that book out. I'll leave a link down below if you want to get a hand on a copy of that book, and I'd really encourage you to reach out if you have any questions at all. Do you agree? Is it the process that matters? Let me know down in the comments below and let's start that conversation. If this video helped you, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram for daily inspiration and encouragement to live a great life. Remember, choose greatness every day, and I'll see you in the next video.